Hi everyone, it's Lottie from Lottie Louise Art here, and in today's video I'm going to be walking you through how I draw feathers using pastel pencils and how I get them to look smooth in some areas and fluffy in other areas. I'm working on this goldfinch commission and I'm using the Faber-Castell Pitt pastel pencils on light green pastelmat paper, which is quickly becoming one of my favourite paper colours to work on. Drawing feathers can be quite similar to drawing fur, but also quite different. This bird piece is quite small, so I'm not going to be focusing on all the teeny tiny feather details. I'll be just creating the illusion of feathers so that the bird looks fluffy and realistic. Light hits feathers slightly differently to fur, so I pay close attention to the highlights in reference photos to make sure that I get it right, as this helps to make the bird look more realistic and three-dimensional. I started off by blocking out the black areas within the bird. I can then add highlights to the black areas later on if needed. I also blocked out the red areas around the bird's face. I can then add in highlights and other colours on top, which I do a bit later on. When blocking out an area, such as these red areas, I generally try to use a mid-tone, so in this case a medium red. And then I can add in darker reds to deepen certain areas, and also oranges, yellows and creams to lighten other areas. Again, blocking out this white area on the bird's head using a white pastel pencil and then blending it out with a blending stump. If you've watched videos on my channel before, you will know that I cannot live without blending stumps for my pastel artwork. They're basically rolled up sticks of paper which can be used to blend out pastel on the paper. I use them mostly for base layers, rubbing the pastel into the tooth of the paper to get rid of any pencil grain, and it prevents the paper from showing through. They can also be used to create smooth blends and blending colours into each other seamlessly. On the white areas there's also this kind of light brownish colour, so I lightly use the pastel pencil to glaze the pastel on top, making sure not to press too hard as I don't want any harsh lines. This part of the bird looks really soft, so yeah, no harsh lines here. After the base layers are down, you can then go in with details on top. For bird feathers, I make sure my pencils are as sharp as I can get them so that I can get lots of precise details and feather strokes. I had some trouble with my sharpener here, so I ended up needing to order some replacement blades. I used the Swordfish Icon pencil sharpener to sharpen these Faber-Castell Pitt pastel pencils, which works really well. But the blades do go blunt quite quickly, so I have to replace them regularly. I'm yet to find a sharpener which works better than this one for these pencils, so I will link it in the description below in case you're interested in trying it out for yourself. As you can see, I'm doing lots of little strokes, paying close attention to the direction that the feathers are going in. Feathers don't all necessarily go in the same direction, but for the area around this bird's head, they're all going in the same direction, which gives that smooth feather effect. Moving on to the bird's body for now, I started to map out the colours on the body. So here I'm just putting a layer of white down in the lightest areas, and then again obviously I can add details on top later. The key with working in pastels is layering. The first 1 to 2 layers never look great, but then when you start adding more layers and details on top, the artwork slowly comes together, and yeah, you really just do have to trust the process. I also go in with a brown to map out the brown areas on the bird's wing and body. Then I blend the base layers out with the blending stump as always to create a smooth base to work with. After the base layers are down, I add in some other colours to blend the white and the brown into each other. Some parts within birds have harsh outlines and other parts are soft and blended. I'll show you a couple of reference photos so that you can see what I mean by this. So on the wings of this jay, you can see where the blue goes into the black. There are quite harsh lines. The two colours are not softly blended into each other. So when working on patterned feathers like this, you don't want to blend the colours into each other, and you do want to create some harsher lines. In contrast, the feathers on this kingfisher's belly are very soft, and the different shades blend into each other so smoothly and softly. So you want to create a more soft and blended look to give that kind of fluffy effect. And also, look at the feathers on this budgie. They're not blended into each other really softly like on the kingfisher's belly, but there also aren't super harsh lines. You can see the details within the feathers layering on top of each other, which helps blend the two different coloured feathers together. This is the sort of technique I'll be using on this goldfinch. I want the feathers to look soft and blended, but also with some feather bits overlapping, creating some texture. I hope that all makes sense, but basically what I'm trying to say is not all feathers are the same and different drawing techniques need to be applied to each. I do go in towards the end with a really sharp white pastel pencil to create these feather strokes, making sure that they all aren't in exactly the same direction, otherwise the bird would lose that fluffy look and it would look a bit too smooth. For these strokes, I have to press a little harder with my pastel pencil so that I can get enough pigment down on the paper, but also not pressing too hard because I want the ends of these strokes to be soft. When working with pastels, you want to make sure you don't add too many pastel layers before adding the details, otherwise not enough pigment will go down onto the paper and you may struggle to get in these details. That's a subject matter for a different video, but yeah, 2 to 3 layers underneath details is usually ample without filling the tooth of the paper way too much. I do recommend using this pastel mat paper though, because you can add multiple layers easily without then struggling to add in details. I've only tried a couple other pastel papers in the past and I didn't enjoy using them at all, but this pastel mat paper has the perfect texture and I just love it so much. I will link this paper in the description below in case you haven't tried it. Once you've tried it, it will be hard to use any other pastel papers because this one just works so well with pastels. Anyway, when working on the bird's wing, I could include some more harsher lines because of the way feathers often are on the wings. They aren't as soft and fluffy as feathers on birds' bellies often are. You can see the difference in techniques that I've used between the body and the wing, and they create completely different effects. I'm thinking of maybe doing a do's and don'ts video for drawing feathers and maybe like a cat's eye or something like that. And then you can see where your techniques may need improving and how to improve. If you're interested in seeing a video like that, please let me know in the comments below. And that is all for today's video, just a quick one going through some of my techniques I use to draw feathers. If you found the video helpful, please give it a like and subscribe to my channel for more tutorials and tips and techniques. I will link the supplies I used for this goldfinch in the description below, as well as the reference photo I used in case you'd like to have a go at drawing this bird yourself. If you do give it a try, I'd love to see your finished artwork. Feel free to send me a message on Instagram, which is @LottieLouiseArt, the same as my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I will hopefully see you in my next video. Bye for now.